Yes, so this one is more about organizational behavior in entrepreneurship and also in sales. This is like a triple helix concept because we got the 3 years of funding for this project to get the salespeople better at their work to make more export from Finland, which is now very difficult because of those crises everywhere. But I'm usually very fast, so I just run this through, and everybody are probably quite tired. But this is about a study about how some people are very good at sales and how maybe there is good to match the salespeople who are fast with the fast customers and maybe more peaceful people to the more peaceful customers. So that is like a point of this end result, but here we are just focusing on the salesperson. So earlier studies say that there are some results that people who are very good at sales are conscientiousness, having high extroversion, openness to experience, proactivity, and they have positive affect, willingness to work, and work interest, so high motivation. Here there was 73 salesperson who over half of them were women, and we studied Myers-Briggs type indicator, the personality, and then we had a communication questionnaire. And then there was we formed the personality dimensions, so because the data was quite small, so that extroverted thinking people were one group, extroverted feeling one group, and introverted thinking one group, and introverted feeling one group. So then we were seeing the results, and in case of communication, the most Finnish salespeople were using coaching style, controlling feeling styles, and ability to read others. They didn't like you can guess from the sales people that they don't prepare Teams meetings. Like nobody, usually those salespeople are quite extroverted and social, so they didn't like those. But here we see how the personality and communication style were connected, and in those groups, the introverted thinking salespeople were most using insecure communication style. And also they were avoiding feelings. So maybe it's not the best idea to put introverted and thinking to sell something connected to emotions. And then there was also the significance in case of sensitivity. So introverted and feeling types were most sensitive. So maybe the conflict situation or possible conflict situations are not very good for introverted and thinking. So these were the results, and you can see that there are some statistical significances, even the data was quite small, but we are continuing the studying here and collecting more data. So this was the first paper, and now I have the other one. Yes.
Let us honest. The main points you have covered very nicely. Oh.
I'm not sure if I can be as fast.
Careful.
This one is like yes. I don't know what happened. It doesn't show here. Okay. Okay. Okay.
What did you do last time? This one here.
Technical problems.
And the IT person has gone.
Yeah.
Oh, that one has gone?
Okay. Okay.
He's coming. I can't see. The last.
Yes.
I don't want to say.
Yes. Quite typical. And there is one more presentation.
Yeah.
I can manage without, but how about the next one?
I think no one is online. I don't think so.
Now
Is it coming?
Yes.
Oh, it's coming now.
Okay.
Hopefully it'll be okay.
Yes.
Oh,
Now,
this
Okay.
is good.
Okay. Yes. So this is about this kind of entrepreneurial camp that I studied about psychological capital about those students. And maybe I can get it here. No, yes, yes. And so the interest of this study was to see if the entrepreneurial attitude can be taught. And this has been a topic of many speakers today. So this is more concrete, that there is this kind of European Innovation Academy. Probably many of you know that. And it's this kind of 3 weeks camp that the students go there. And there are Silicon Valley speakers who teach them entrepreneurship. And they are having a groups of maybe 6-7 students. And they need to have like a business 300 customers during that 3-week time. So it's very demanding. But they have very good coaches, and it's very, they like it a lot, at least most of them. But as you know, there are these kind of qualities that entrepreneurs need: ability to take risk and autonomy in decision making, innovativeness, proactivity. And and also there are some studies that people can learn to take risks. So, and psychological capital is, there are like 4 attitudes that are combined, like self-efficacy, optimism, hope, and resilience. And it's very important attitudinal dimension, this whole concept, because in a work life, it has shown in multiple studies that it has great impact on the efficiency, well-being, and also income, and how fast people go in hierarchy up. We have made like a study about 600 people in Finland, and those with a high psychological capital, they are like the highest wage and highest positions. But we don't know if it's because of good luck, because psychological capital can be impacted. So it's not like a permanent trait like personality. So here we go, maybe. So the results, there was like almost 50%, over 50% who say that they will start a business. There was about 180 students here. And so I divided those to those people who are likely to start business and those who are not likely. And there was correlational analysis that creativity, proactiveness, and total innovativeness were correlated to the entrepreneurial innovativeness. And comparing to the other international study, there was about 10% higher rates to start business than on average international students. And those with the high intentions, they had a higher, like previously showed. And here the psychological capital was higher with those students who want to start own business, and it was statistically significant. So, and this was the point that we asked, how do you think that your psychological capital have increased during the camp? So those students who say that it has increased, they also say that I want to start business. So some students, I was saying that please be honest. And as you can see, the resilience wasn't so high because it was very tough these 3 weeks for them. So maybe they were exhausted when answering. but others were higher. And comparing Europe and US students, there was US people were more positive. They thought that there is more self-efficacy because of the camp and more hope and more total psychological capital. But still the entrepreneurial intentions were same. That's which was interesting. But proactivity was higher also in US because I think the culture in US is overall more proactive than in Europe. So it was natural, but it's also connected to entrepreneurship. But it was funny that the entrepreneurial intention was similar in both places. So conclusions were that there are this kind of pedagogical camp impacts on the students, that it is more likely to start a business if you go this kind of 3-week heavy camp, and maybe we can do these kind of things like many of you are already doing in our own universities and try to increase the psychological capital of students and also this entrepreneurial intentions. And whatever else there is, nothing more so much. So thank you.